Yo, 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 yo. Welcome to Alien Works. Welcome to another episode of EPL review show. It's week 4. Yes, people, another one in the book. So we're here to break down all the matches, talk about the teams, look at the table, look at the prediction table as well. We have documented all the score predictions, and we're going to reveal the winners and the losers, or maybe it's just one this week. We're going to reveal everything later in the show, people. But first and foremost, you don't know this is YouTube, so please do the right thing. Like the video, like the video, like the video, like the video. Share the content as well. Let more people know about the content and that we are here with another show. If you know any EPL fans, yeah man, let them know that we're live and we're going to talk about some football. So if you know any opinionated people that want to let us know their thoughts on the games, we're there for discuss everything. Big up DJ Gigs. Hope all is well, my bro. Every time in the building. Big up DJ Gigs. Bless up, bless up, bless up. Bounty. Joseph Brown, big up. Said, bless up. Wasn't able to participate in the EPL. Been traveling overseas. Safe travels, safe travels, safe travels. We are going to take in everything. Yes, that is a positive, Joseph. You don't have to worry about that. There's another person to play last week, never play this week, And I say, I see the strategy still. Can't run from it though. Whenever you forward out again, same thing. Yes, people, but like the video, I have a poll in the comment section as well. Most impressive team of the week. I have 3 candidates for it: Man City, Arsenal, and Tottenham. All 3 of those teams had 3-0 victories, so I figure make the most sense to ask about those 3 teams. Looks like Man City is in the lead for now. We will see who wins by the end of the show. Big up Michael Gardner. Big up, big up, big up. Yeah, man, we give thanks. Say this over there. If you support United, just call a helpline. Don't do it. I just life. Yo, the people they must send out PRAPB. I look for the United fans them. I wonder where them there. Them dead, them dead, them dead, them dead. Go City, bag up like Mega Mart. I tell you, I'm get a bag up today. Amorim must say some madness again. Honor him. Honor Amorim. Honor him. Manners and respect. Big up, big up, big up to Jagans. Yeah, man. The member them out early. I represent for the Jason Gooner TV. That is it. I only saw a few times of the City game earlier. Yeah, boy, it was very one-sided. And Donnarumma just deal with anything. Go forward. Best thing where United do. Actually, we talked about it when we talk about the United game. Blessings, blessings. Of course, me I follow it. See how me look tired. Yeah, man. So I'm gonna get up this morning and watch the semi-final, them and the final, man. I forgot link you back in. I forgot link you back in. Yeah, man. What you mean, Rob? I follow it, man. I follow it, man. From morning, I watch it. So brilliant, brilliant, as Rob said. Tina Clayton, big up yourself, silver medal. Jefferson was just too good on the day, 10.61. Alfred down to a bronze medal, was surprising there. 4th place, Sherika Jackson. 5th place, I think, was Richardson Shakari. 6th place was Shelley and I believe Talu. And then Dina Asher Smith. Yeah, so quite a field. But big up to Clayton for getting the silver. And then, of course, in the men's 100, Oblique Civil, Kishane Thompson 1-2. Very nice. Very nice. I fully didn't expect it, but Pep Guzum was live. Yo. Now, man, City play good to them, man. Them look good. In spells, they were unplayable. Gooners was set. Yeah, man. 3-0, I'll take it. Game was done from Ruben Anohim and a midfield two of Bruno and Huarte. I tell you. It's going to be Bruno and somebody, though. That's what it looked like it's going to be. And that's a problem. Even today when Cunha not play. You know, push Bruno higher, man. And you go all Casemiro, Huarte, man. And you know Bruno got tuck in anyway if you make it 3. You can't make them just overloading in the midfield like that. Man, you had opportunities, shoot be told. Not that many. One thing though, I saw too many reggae boys playing this weekend that was injured. They played before the break as well. Yeah. Man, them injured. Bobby played a couple minutes. Good to see him. See him forward in like 89 minutes. All right. So yeah, we're gonna get right into the games for the weekend in the EPL. Let's see. Everybody smash the like button. Definitely make a vote in the poll. Which team was the most impressive team for the match week? All right, so the first game of the weekend after the international break, we get back, and yeah, man. Hopefully, Bobby can stay fit for real. Many will say City defense poor, but out of all the teams in the top 5, City is the only team that doesn't have set defenders. That coach starts every game when everyone is fit. That is true. I think Chelsea coach is kind of like that too. Like you don't know who him going to play, even though them really ever always fit. All right, so the first game though, you see it, 3-0 to the Gunners over Nottingham Forest. First game for Ange Postecoglou. But yeah, it was a good day for the Gunners. Pretty much, for the most part, took care of the game. Brace from an unlikely source on the day. Martin Zubimendi won brilliant volley off of a set piece. Half cleared to the top of the box, and then Zubimendi, brilliant volley, swerving. At first, I thought it hit Murillo, but I think it just swerved away from Murillo, and the keeper could only get a hand to it. And then, as soon as the second half started, now after a scare, you'd have to call it a scare in the first half. Trying to remember who got through. Was it Endoy? Hold on there. I'll tell you. No, it was Gibbs White. Gibbs White had a shot, just went wide. And that was really, I think, I want to say that was like the first shot they took for the game, right, in injury time in the first half. So it was a good dominant display in the first half. I thought Madueke was on fire, couldn't really stop him down that side. Morata was playing kind of a makeshift role. And then when Murillo got injured, Odegaard also got injured again, landing on his shoulder again. Horrible. Waneri came on for him early, I think it was the 18th minute, and then Murillo had to come off in the 37th minute. So both sides had an injury in the first half. And Nottingham Forest couldn't really settle ever around the back, because when that happened, Savannah came on to play right back. Williams went over to left back, and Morata moved to centre back. So it was just constantly couldn't get settled. And Eze and Madueke were definitely in the groove. And it just one of the things that it made me was upset when I was watching the game because I'm looking at Eze on that side and I'm thinking how different the Liverpool game could have gone if Eze did just start the game. But anyway, that's what I was thinking while I was watching the game. I was thinking Channel Star. This is what it could have looked like last week. For more of the game, because even when you look at that game, most of the like real situations Eze was involved once he came on. So imagine having him the whole entire game. But anyway, Madueke, Eze were in the mood, putting a lot of pressure on their back line. Um, Still don't think we have unlocked Jokeres like it's true what he could really bring to be in the mix more. Um, but I did definitely like the play of Madueke and Eze. I thought Madueke as well surprised me because his set pieces were on point. Like I never really thought he was that accurate with those, but he took some good set pieces as well. Another shout out I have to go to Mosquera. I think Mosquera proving to be a shrewd bit of business because he looks ready. I mean, obviously young, still need to see him in some more crunch situations, but it looks like the performance at Anfield wasn't a fluke based on what I saw against Forest. Gabriel steady as usual. I thought Calafiori out of all the defense was probably the one that got in some situations. Endoy was giving him a hard time at times on that right hand side. So, but then on the flip side, when you look at Jokere's goal, he was the one that played the ball over the top to Eze, who was just onside, the semi-automated, pointed that out, and then it was a crisp cross along the ground to Jokeres to finish, easy finish, one of the easiest he'll have in the season probably, and that was 2-0. And Arsenal, I don't think they ever hit the heights of the first half in terms of how they played in the second half. But it was just about controlling the game at that point. And by the time some more subs were made, Trossard came on, put a good ball to the back post, and Zubimendi with his head. So 2 goals for Zubimendi. I don't think he had. I think they said he had 10 goals in his career before that game. So yeah, a high percentage of his goals scored against Nottingham Forest in this one game. But yeah, 3-0 to the Gunners. As I said, just control the game in the second half, really. But the first half, at times, it was probably the best we had played so far this season. Just in terms of the passing and the movement and the threat. Um, it was only a matter of time, really, before that Superman the goal, based on how we're playing. So I was happy with the performance, clean sheet as well, which you always love. And the stats kind of show how dominant Arsenal kind of was in this one. So just 0.2 for the expected goals, 1.84 to Arsenal, had 54 to 46% possession. So I think in this game, Arsenal were a little more proactive. And I think that's why we didn't really have, 60% possession or something like that. Because that's how the game kind of felt at times. But I think we were kind of attacking more in this game. And I think that's why we didn't really hold on to the ball as much. And that's why I say I think it was like one of our best performances so far. Because I think we found a rhythm attacking wise that I hadn't seen from us before this game. Um, 16 shots to 5. So we had 8 corners to 3. Um, no Bukayo Saka, but it was still a concentration of the attack down the right hand side. That's something that Arteta needs to still work on, just the balance in the attack, because now we have weapons on that left side as well. So we need to make sure we play Eze into the game as much as whoever is playing on the right, if Eze is on the left, or whoever is on the left, really. Um, Nottingham Forest spent most of their time on that same wing as well, but most of it spent in the middle third. So a much different ball game for them. shots on target 5. Would I love to see that higher, to be honest. Take 16 shots, you want about half of them to hit the target, hopefully. So you need to work on that. And obviously the big chance conversion. So it was 3-0, and the chances, the entries, the territory advantage, really, they look back at this and say it should have been and could have been much more. 3 goals scored, only score one of your 5 big chances. You put away 2 more of those, 5-0, just like Leeds. Look even better. You never know with the goal difference down the line. So didn't really take advantage fully. Arsenal did have 2 less entries in the game, which is mad. So it just goes to show Arsenal, like, the defensive structure. If a team is getting 50 entries on you and only taking 5 shots, that's crazy. That means you're shut down any kind of shooting opportunity. Most of the time, they even enter into your final into your defensive third. So yeah, man, the team structure properly. You see the defensive stats, recoveries, 2 errors led to shots. Arsenal with no errors. You love to see that as well. But yeah, 3-0 to the Gunners. As I say, Ange Postecoglou, I don't think you can really think too much about, giving him any kind of grade just yet. His first game, you don't pick your fixtures. Away to the Emirates is not going to be an easy fixture for probably every team. So, you can't really, let's see how Ange looking 3-4 weeks after them get a few games. See what his imprint and his version of this Nottingham Forest team would look like. All right, so let's go to the second game. Now there were 6 games, I believe. No, not so many. 5 games at 10 o'clock. So let's look at the first one here, Bournemouth and Brighton. And just some notes on the Arsenal game. I think this was a record for this season with the prediction. So there were 1, 2, 3, 4 people, 5, 6 people that had the 3-0 to the Arsenal. So I guess people kind of know what was coming. San Sofa scored many reds this week. This weekend, Folly signings, the Verts ball in history still verting. Good game for the new signings, said Chile. Yeah, man. Eze and Madueke do them thing. We want to find the time to watch all them games with the Reggae Boys representatives. Hey, some people, I don't think they're watching them all still. I think they just make sure to follow them so they get alerts when they do anything. Yeah, but I mean, but Jaguars, to be fair to a lot of fans, some of them are actually watching, select ones that them decide to watch that weekend or whatever. But yeah, there would be no way that you could watch all of them in a one weekend. Because there's too many of them. Bro, I'm not even want to hear much till Chelsea start winning games. I get tired of them, frustrated. Then Chelsea not just win, brother. Yeah, you're not win every game in a low. But that one they had to, I know, because you're the lead. Your will have plenty of chances to score next week. Hey, Chile, that's the hope. Big side, how you mean? One Gunners. Now, like, when we watch Arsenal play and win, and then watch Chelsea play like them not care, it's embarrassing. Yeah, look, I will say that low. You see what you just said right here? I totally agree, say. You see, when your side play that week and lose or even draw, and you see all your friend them side are win, and it hurt even more. You see, when you draw a game and the other team where you hate lose as well, it's like you're still upset, say you draw, but it's not as bad. Yo, Mosquera is a bargain, bro. Mosquera going to prove to be like one of Bertha's best business. Watch. And don't be surprised, because him in the Spain U21 team. Don't be surprised him get a chance with the main team. Can't watch all the games. Some weeks I watch a ton, other times I monitor in app. Yeah. It depends what going on in their life for real. I had one. But I always try at least find highlights of games of players. Obviously it's not the same, but if I can see something, I definitely look in terms of on the apps, and if I can get a rating for them for the game, that's good as well. Boys played before international break, injured, then played after international break. Yeah, Mitchell, I know. Rob Smith said the same thing earlier in the show. I mean, what can I say? I don't really know. I can't say anything to them things, because there's a lot of variables and a lot of what's the correspondence with the club, what the player had to say on the matter. Um, you know, yeah. I don't know, Mitchell. All right, so Bournemouth, Brighton. This game, Game Birds got this one correct 2-1. I think it was the only one. Yeah, that got this one correct 2-1. So yeah, Bournemouth took on Brighton at the Vitality Stadium. Iraola and his charges looking to continue their decent start, and they were able to do so with a 2-1 win. Alex Scott with a nice goal off the left foot, and then Mitoma after some good work on the right hand side by Minte to the back post. Matoma time is run to head it home on the back post, and then Semenyo after Evan Nielsen took advantage of some slack defending by Van Heck, sticking out that foot. You cannot do that around Evan Nielsen. I think Evan Nielsen, one of the best in the league right now at like drawing a foul. The man does have the timing perfect. Whenever him say a man stick out him foot, he make it look so realistic. Some man when them dive is almost like the ref don't want to give it, 'cause it looks so, Evan Nielsen smooth. And the man they fall down, it does look like him actually get kick over. I'm see how the poll are run. Man City still in the lead. Arsenal, Tottenham get some vote. Go and vote. Doesn't the club have to release a player unless they are united? If they have nicked that they don't want to agree, and plus sometimes some jiggles just need rest. It can look suspect though. Some niggles just need rest. Yeah, don't want to aggravate. They have a niggle that they don't want to aggravate, and plus sometimes some niggle just need rest. It can look suspect though. Yeah. I mean, like a lot of the things that you might hear about national teams and players, it can, however you want to believe it to look is how you can make it look. In other words, it's all about how you perceive it, because we don't really ever get to hear, for the most part, from the players. We only hear what the federation would say, or what we've been told by the federation, right? So there's that part of it as well. But yeah, we don't want to the show this. So Antoine Semenyo, just want to big you up. Tell us, say, yo, from me last year, you just give me fantasy points all the time, and we appreciate them thing there. Yeah. So Antoine Semenyo again, goal and the assist for Alex Scott as well. Um, but Bournemouth doing the thing. So in this game right here, Clivert back, getting more minutes again. That's a good sign for them. And Brighton again just fall short. It didn't play badly in the game. I thought Bournemouth probably did deserve the win, but Brighton had their moments and their decent spells. When you look at the stats for the game, very even. Bournemouth, like I said, I thought we were a little bit better. You see the expected goals heavily towards Bournemouth, the winners, but Brighton did get two big chances in the game to only one for Bournemouth, and that was basically the penalty. Shot on target. Big chance scored. That was the penalty, like I said. Duels, throw-ins, see the entries in favor of Bournemouth slightly. But yeah, this was a good game. One of the besides the 3-0 games, this was probably I think this was the only other game with more than one goal. And the Chelsea game as well. But yeah, it was maybe you could attribute it to the after the international break, teams having to make changes, that injuries happen, that to change up the team a little bit. Maybe that could have contributed to the lower scoring this week, but I'm not really sure if that's exactly what it was. But it was noticeable that a lot less goals were being scored this week. Some nils in there, 1-0s, um, around some threes and 2-alls. Look like my pick up Nottingham Forest not paying off just yet. I'm gonna hold faithful still. Yeah, look, Nottingham Forest are sabotage themselves, brother. Because Nuno, nothing was wrong with Nuno last season, and him and the owner man not seeing eye to eye. So them to get rid of him now and bring in Ange. So let's see what Ange can do. Last team Ange had in the Premier League, I think they finished what 16th, 17th. He did win the Europa League though, so there's that. Yeah, man, he's professional foul drawer, brother. Believe me. Don't dangle no leg round them, brother. Believe me. Now like James Madison over Tottenham look like a big star. James Madison, when you see James Madison I play, man, they on the injured list frequently. The Kuiper get injured. Good baller. Yeah, but this was the lineup, people. James Milner out there still a do it. Three minutes in. Injured Salt. A two-man injured in the first half for them. Rough. So 2-1 to Bournemouth. Got the job done. Good win for them. See how that puts them in the table in just a while when we pull up the standings. Next game, Crystal Palace and Sunderland. So this game, people. So this was a nil-all, but really and truly, I think there's one player that you can thank for the nil-all for the most part, and that is the goalkeeper for Sunderland, Robin Roofs. So Robin Roofs, I don't know why Manchester United never bought you, because trust me, some of them save them see I make. I don't believe anybody over that side can make those saves. JFF can't be trusted based on issue when it comes to them putting out information about players. Yeah, no, that me I tell you, man. That me I tell you. So, some of them think the name grain of salt. That's what you have to take those things with. But yeah, Robin Roof's people, the man do him thing. And for the makeshift backline now, because them have Alderete and Mukiele. Man, that Reynildo. Man, them drafting pure baller. Brian Bobby got his debut off the bench. I think he's going to help in the long run for them as well. But Crystal Palace, their new signing got there, Jeremy Pino. And he's not going to want to remember this one. I think he missed about 3 big chances, at least 2. Yeah, 2. One he was very unlucky, and the other one he was just poor. But yeah, I think Pino is going to be successful for them in this system. That half space that he can pick up in this system, yeah, he can do damage from there. So I think the big disappointment, to be honest, is Mateta. Like Mateta, it's a few games now him not scoring. And he got a big chance and couldn't convert it in this one as well. I think he has a few big chances missed already this season. So yeah, Mateta's gonna need to start scoring some goals if they want to start getting some 3 points instead of these draws, because I think they have the most draws already. I think they have 3 draws from 4 games. So Crystal Palace could not find a goal at home. Xhaka was marshalling the midfield as usual, but the star baller, I think SofaScore has it perfectly right. Roofs and some of the saves that he made as well. I don't know if you guys watched the highlights at least of this game, but this guy Roofs, man, and I save everything. Everything. Yeah, 6 saves total, prevented 1.36. So definitely put in the work. You see the stats on the game, Palace will try to figure out how they have so much XG and can't score. 3 big chances to none going the way of Sunderland. Final third. Obviously, they missed all 3 the chances. 60 to 45, Sunderland had the advantage in entries on the day. So it wasn't like Sunderland just didn't turn up at all. I think Crystal Palace, just because of how the game ended, it kind of felt like they would be the ones let down the most. And to be honest, when you're at home playing against a promoted team and you were not one of the other promoted teams, you kind of should be getting those 3 points, But Crystal Palace weren't able to get over the line, 0-0, but I think they were just up against a keeper that was not going to be scored on in the day. So Robin Roofs, big up yourself. Could have been Manchester United's number 1 right now, but they went for a lot of other people. The man who them buy is there to watch, buying their play. It's a mad thing. Yo. What go on, Jordan? Hope all is well. Hope all is well. You get where? Jordan. You find a goal, Jordan. It's all right. I don't want to go invincible. Honestly, most of the players who just join a club fight for promotion. So after the first 4 games, them now want to leave the first break and get injured and lose spot. Them want to try to prove. So I'll tell you about some of the reasons, Pinnock was limping a little when he was subbed off Saturday in the 88th minute. Hope it's not serious. Man United midfield look like Jamaica one wide open. Cha. It's not a good look, man. All right, so Everton and Aston Villa, and this is what I was talking about, people. Those 0-0s came out to play in the match week 4. So Liverpool, Aston Villa, Moyes versus Emery, and this game, basically nobody could make the breakthrough. Team news, obviously, Emery Martinez staying at Aston Villa after everything that happened in the transfer window. Probably a bit of a surprise, but he's there, and it's a good thing he was there because Everton really probably should have won the game. But for some poor shooting, poor finishing, Obviously, missing 3 big chances. That's not something you want to be doing. You see the huge disparity touches in the box, 46-8. So Everton definitely was taking it to them. But again, wayward shooting was the order of the day for Everton. So 0-0, spoil shared, and we move. We move. Let's just take a look real quick at who started and played. So you see the 2 teams there. Amy Rogers was poor. If Rogers is poor in this version of Aston Villa, then you can forget about it for them, you know. He needs to be influential. So 0-0. All right, next game. Some goal score in this one. Well, a goal score in this one. And it wasn't even a Fulham player for the 1-0 victory. It was a Leeds player. Goodmanson, bad luck, was kind of falling down and the ball came through a crowd, hit him in the head. And it was a brilliant header. Keeper had no chance. But that's how fine the margins were in this game. I thought Leeds probably didn't even deserve to not get something out of the game. But sometimes, when luck is just not on your side, it's just your day to have that bad luck, then you have to just take it. But to me, this game could have easily been a draw. But credit to Fulham in front of their home fans. They really went for it at the end of the game. You have to give them their respect for that. They didn't really hold on their heads and feel sorry for themselves. They just kind of kept pushing, and eventually the breakthrough did come from a set piece, difficult ricochet, and that ball ended up right in the net, and that made it 1-0. And that was so late, 94th minute, really. Minutes left after that, so it was over. But Fulham got the job done at home at the Cottage. Leeds with another, decent enough performance. But in the Premier League, decent performances don't always get you points. And Fulham took home all 3, or stayed at home with it, if you want to call it. You see the starting lineups for both teams, the bench players that came on. Just a note on this game, this player that came on here, Kevin, I can't tell you that I was familiar with him before, but people, this youth, Wasi, he came on and was doing all kind of madness on the field. So yeah, he played for Shakhtar, 22 years of age. He's a left winger. Yeah, he's good. I think he's going to do well. If given the opportunities, I think he'll do well. Looked the part. So 1-0 to Fulham. As I said, Leeds, not a bad performance. Put a decent showing in. But like I said, in the Prem, week to week, decent showing don't must yield you anything. All right, next game, people, Newcastle and Wolves. And the theme of the players at new clubs continue with Newcastle finally getting their striker to replace Isak up and running, and he was up and running with a goal as well. So Nick Woltemade got the first goal and only goal of the game. Murphy sent in a good cross to the back post, and the 6'6" giant looked like child's play for him when he just barely jumped and bucket in the goal. And that made it 1-0. And at the time, it was feeling like Wolves could have been in for another big number, but credit to them, even though they defended pretty much the rest of the game and almost the entire game. They were able to keep it at 1-0 in one of the harder places to play. So I guess there's that. But when you look at the table, if you're them, I don't have to look at the table to know, because I know they have 4 losses in a row to start the season. So I know that they're the only team that hasn't had a different result than a loss. So that means I know where they stand in the table, Wolves. But Newcastle is a funny team to me, because on their day or in their moments, especially at St. James Park, sometimes them look unplayable. But then there's other times, even at times in this same game, Wolves were able to carve them up. So I don't know. Eddie Howe somehow can keep that baseline performance at a level. It seemed to fluctuate with Newcastle, from week to week, season, like from week to week basically. You don't know which Newcastle are going to always get, and then I didn't know. Eddie Howe is one of them coaches that when him have him 11, I am 11 that, and now they're gonna have Europe coming up this week. First game, I think them face Barcelona first at St. James Park. So a big match there in midweek. And let's see how they handle the strain and the stresses of playing the UCL and the Premier League on the weekend. But I know they didn't fare so great when they were in the Champions League the last time doing both. So let's see how that go. Yeah, man, Tonali hit the post with a nice left foot shot. Yeah, Walter did his thing. I think, what's his name? Gomez. Gomez had 3 decent chances in the first half. One right as the game start, and then a couple more. One him was unlucky with, and one him just kind of waste. But yeah, Wolves had a tough time of it. Their new signing, Tolu, who they probably have high hopes for. I think he came from Genk, scored 19 goals or 21 goals last year in the Belgian Pro League. He had a rough outing, but to be honest, most of them did. I thought the goalkeeper, didn't have a bad day, made some saves. But yeah, nobody really, played that great, especially the further you got up the pitch. Seemed like they were having their struggles, but Walter Mada looks decent. For such a tall dude, he has really good technique. Obviously not going to, blaze past you with speed, but I wouldn't say he's like the slowest person in the world either. And Murphy looked more similar to what we saw early in the early stages of last season. But I wonder with how Eddie Howe did this thing here. Elanga really rested today, and obviously Gordon is suspended, but not suspended for the Champions League. So, I think that's probably one eye to what you're probably going to see against Barcelona. You'll probably go Elanga and Gordon on the flanks, since Murphy and Barnes put in the shift in the Premier League. And it's going to be interesting to see if Voltemada starts again. I would think he will, and like I said, I think the wingers will be switched up. So to be Gordon on the left and Elanga on the right, or vice versa, whichever way they want to do it. Big up Nitro. Oh, go on, bro. Big up yourself, Nitro. Tonali, yeah, man, him smash the post with a shot there. Good shot to them left foot, wrong for the keeper. And them dominate. Scroll through real quick. Shots on target close. And big chance miss. 75 to 45. Wow. So way more entries for Newcastle on the day. And in the end, 3 points, all that mattered. I don't think they had a win in the league yet before this game. So that was a big win for Newcastle to get their season kind of up and going. Now, there was one fixture at 12:30, and that was West Ham and Tottenham. And after a 3-0 defeat, that sacked Nuno, which I don't even think the defeat did that. So let me not give Potter any credit for that. Yeah, let me not give him any credit for that. But 3-0, 3-0, 3-0 Tottenham beat them. Papa Matasar was actually a good set piece. If you notice, like basically they just left Matasar like kind of beyond the far post, and everyone that was basically in front of him just shielded all the defenders so they couldn't kind of retreat to the ball. And it was a free header back post. So very, very good design on the set piece. Then you had Lucas Bergval with a brilliant header after Romero sent a beautiful ball over, beating the defense line and keeper in no man's land. Good one-time header in the air, obviously in the air. And then Mickey van de Ven scored after some decent footwork by my boy the name. My boy the name. My boy the name again. Bergval as well. Bergval with some fancy footwork, it kind of found its way to Van de Ven. Good one-time finish. So 3-0 to them. Clean sheet. Look, at this point, Tottenham, I see who you have strength for so far this season. As you look at the other games where you play so far, you buck up Bournemouth, you lose a game there. They're high in the table right now, so maybe that's why. But then you look at them beating City 2-0 at the Etihad, and then you look at them beating Burnley 3-0. You have to put some respect on them name. I think Thomas Frank is a great coach. I've always said that. I think he has a good way to game plan for certain teams because I watch him play Arsenal and I turn around and watch him play Chelsea and him have two different game plans, but him get points from one and him beat the other one. And how they would have played those games completely different. He's also a coach that's not afraid to, play a back three if he thinks that's the best system for the day. Very, very versatile in terms of his formations and even systems because, at times Brentford used to just play this like super direct into Ivan Toney. And then other times he wouldn't play that way. So just depends with him and the opponent. And I like that about him. Good manager. Seemed to be a good manager as well. But yeah, West Ham can't say the same about Potter, I mean, the players did have poor games and everything. Rough challenge by Souček. How could I forget? Paulinia. Luckily, thankfully for him, didn't have any further injury or damage. Did tear out him socks. And Souček was pretty much knowing that he was going to get the red card. And he didn't have to go to VAR or anything. He kind of gave it to him right there. And it was the right call, to be fair. But yeah, can Graham Potter get the sack, people? You think they would sack Graham Potter right now? Because when we before the season started, I think let me see what I wrote it down. So I had Scott Parker and Keith Andrews. That's my number one people. Now obviously Nuno got sacked, but can we really count Nuno sacking? Because it wasn't really results that did that, I mean, yes, I know they lost 3-0 that day, but it was brewing from before that, Bless up to BBK Sports. Give the channel 5 memberships. Yo, respect, bro. Yeah, man, respect is due. BBK Sports people, if you don't know, subscribe. Very, very consistent every day. The man there give a show at least and always have a very good perspective. Obviously, a Gunners fan, but definitely it's a place where all fans go to just talk football. Kind of similar to here. I'm a Gunner, but I talk about all the teams. Now, we might focus more on the Arsenal, but in the conversation and while it's happening, definitely everybody can get spoken about. So, yeah, man, give my strength. Go over there. BBK Sports on YouTube. If you haven't already, go subscribe, people. You won't be upset. And respect again, BBK. Boy, I'm there, you know, battered. They are try got run through the weekends games, and I'm almost reach your team, you know. I want to hear what you have to say about your team this week. Up, 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 up. Or go on Jamrock. But there, you know, Tottenham look like they just needed a competent and tactically astute coach. They're playing some good leather. Well, yeah, Joseph Brown. I mean, if all right, look at the team when they play today, like the players. You know, Ramiro is not bad. I know him get a bad rap. Me used to fight him as well. But I think he's just aggressive and he's extremely press resistant. His passing range is ridiculous. So a lot of aspects of his game I really love. I just think but I just think it's the South American way. You know, some South American defenders defend like that. So it is what it is. Van de Ven, very good player. I think he will be a full starter for Netherlands, or should be, especially with that left foot option, the speed and bring. Yeah. Then you have Jed Spence, solid. Not the best game, but solid. Pedro Porro, underrated player. Very underrated player. You saw him getting Spain caps, coming on in Nations League finals and everything. So Pedro Porro, good player. Obviously the midfield right now a bit depleted. So Matsar and Berval probably wouldn't be starting if everybody was fit. But João Paulinho, a great bit of business there. Up front now, Simmons, Kudus. What's wrong with that? Very good. But yeah, you are right, that's the same. Thomas Frank is a big reason why they want to do them things like the way they're doing it. Yeah man, that is it, Jaguars. Make sure them thank the gifter. Suchet moved like a madman with that tackle. Yeah, that tackle was mad. I don't even know, like, part of it was frustration, but surely he would have known that was going to be a red card. I think he did know as well, you know. Potter under Amorim could be next on the chopping block. Yeah, I think Potter is close. Because when they lose, it just looks so much like, yeah, them should have get that 3 there. Like, it don't even look like Jano starting to get 3 how. Nah, man, it look like them should have get 6. Bless up, boy, no, go on, bro. It's the STGC lose, you know. Go on. I say Hillel, I say Campion win. I say Georges lose. So I know say times change. Before it's a fingertips, go City. Does anyone have a City group or channel? No, you know, look like you have to go be the pioneer. I think mere expressions always I talk about when you talk about City and them one fan is a brother named Big Steve. So I don't know if I wonder if Big Steve is a channel. I'm calling Big Steve, you know. Let me see. Yeah, man, Big Steve MCFC, a film channel that I have 29.5K. See, man, I talk to Julian Lescott, eh? Man, Saeed, the preview. But yes, Big Steve, I had one. I even forgot follow. United and Hammers need to move fast with the sacking. The season young. If they bring in people, they can recover. My team just moving like a champion, bro. Burning the cricket city, built a wall like Shibner and Shandapal, and Salah broke it down like the Wasim Akram at the end. No, I know that. Hannibal Medjbri bowler extra for the win the test match. Or the 1 day, or whatever you want to call it. Whichever. Well, it will have to be 1 day. Probably T20, that's about as long as a game. So yeah, in bowler wide for the win the game. with him fool self. Hannibal. The man named Hansi Ball. Hans the Ball. Not Hannibal. One fan is diabolical. May I tell you? Big Steve. Yeah, the man them always I say it, you know. You say, oh, we lost the city, but it's not so bad, because there's only one fan, Big Steve. I want Gunners to beat Liverpool at home this season. Yes, so do I. Trust me. Yeah, man, you can search him up though. Him look to be like the main one, cause from X or cosine, then you think supposed to. But yeah, West Ham. Let's see if Potter getting sacked in the morning, For regroup. Maybe them give him till the international window to see if him can sort out himself. All right, people. The last game of Saturday was a late one for the EPL. It was like an 8 o'clock English time kickoff in London at G-Tech Brentford Community Stadium. And this one ended 2-2 people. Kevin Schade, after some good work down the left side. Well, not even good work. Just a break and a ball over the top. Schade 1v1 with Tosin. Took the shot when Tosin couldn't. Set his feet. Slight deflection. 1-0 Brentford. Then into the second half now. The starting lineup, as you can see, there was no Cole Palmer in the starting lineup. And he actually was someone from the bench in the 56th minute. But a triple change was made at halftime as well by Maresca. And that was just basically trying to, get a foothold into the game and clean some things up. And it wasn't until Palmer entered the field of play in the 56th that it really started to show. Chelsea were going for that goal, and Palmer with a nice finish from a knockdown from Pedro, side netting settings, and it was 1-1. Then Chelsea, after bringing on their new signing, Garnacho, he did some work down the left, crossed it, kind of fell kindly after a few ricochets, dropped over to Caicedo, and then Caicedo got it out of his feet and blasted it in. Power shot to make it 2-1. And the way how Chelsea celebrated that one, they really and truly thought they won the game. Now, how Brentford ends up getting the point is a long throw. And the problem with Chelsea that I see, apart from the defense itself, I think just needing some reinforcement still, is their poor on set pieces. And a couple of long throws before that, there was a scramble. Sanchez had to kind of frantically clear one. They just weren't convincing. And this one here, Ayer did a good job getting in position to flick it to the back stick. And Carvalho did a good job as well, not going offside. So many players, when they tap that ball in the goal, they're offside. But credit to Keith Andrews, one of the men who I thought would get the sack first, when first we're doing the season preview. He made 2 substitutions. Three substitutions pretty late, and 2 of the 3 were involved in the long throw goal. So Brentford holding Chelsea to a 2-2. And the Chelsea side of things now, I guess, if you're a Chelsea fan, the thing that probably excited the most is that Palmer came on and got minutes, so he's probably looking like he's back, probably ready to play a bigger role in the Champions League coming up. But the question is, with whatever he has going on, is this going to be a situation where he can only bench every other game and start the one in between? Or, I wonder how that's going to play out for Cole Palmer moving forward, because the last thing Chelsea want is for him to be overdoing anything right now and having to sit for an even longer period. So let's see what Maresca is up to. One thing with Maresca, he's not afraid to make changes, chop and change. He did that all throughout the Europa League. Now, this is Champions League, so I don't know if he'll be able to do the same type of stuff he was doing last year. So let's see what kind of squad he picks for his first matchup in the Champions League. And of course, before the show finish, I will let you guys know, what the Premier League teams play in Champions League, and also just period what some of the games will be in the first, I guess it's the first league stage match week of the Champions League this year. Yeah, man, digging at the archives. Man, digging at the archives. Hannibal needs to be investigated. Check all his betting accounts. Boy, man, I tell you. I don't know. I've never seen that technique before. By the time the man handle the ball, you see in the shot, in the camera shot, you see him name, him number, him put him hairstyle, everything, and you see him hand like this, like one of them, like if he did have a statue outside the stadium like this, like a U shape. Yeah, man. I saw the man arm look. I said, what the hell this man doing, man? Yeah, man. Big up Brentford for the point, same way though, to be honest. I heard you smashing the glass of rum and coke all the way here in Singapore. Singapore, bro. Hannibal handball was diabolical. Couldn't believe our luck. Yeah. Yeah, man. We're so reached to your game, man. Yeah, man. We're so reached to your game. But Chelsea game, the frailty show, set pieces is a struggle for them. And I think that's why the consistency for them probably going to be them problem, because I just feel like even if Sanchez saved a lot of shots, which he had a decent game in this game, even though conceded two, at some point a set piece, a long throw, a free kick, a corner, Chelsea will give you some opportunities, Don't really trust them. Don't really trust them. He went with Hato at left back. He struggled on the day. Fofana was back as well. But obviously not wanting to play more than a half. So you saw Cucurella and Reece James come in, as well as Tyreek George, who right there, so tell me same no look like Saka, brother. And a Saka that? That's not Saka? Yo, trust me. Tyreek George and Saka related some kind of way. I don't care what nobody tell me. Let's take a look at the stats real quick. So the expected goals pretty close, even edging it Brentford, but two big chances to Chelsea. 1-2 Brentford. More shots for Chelsea as well. Shots on target, couple more for Chelsea. Missed a big chance. Converted. Brentford converted their one big chance. Entries doubled up. Chelsea doubled them up. More of the ball. 66-34. So Chelsea dominated the ball, but the shots on target, pretty even on the day. And Brentford clearly had clearer chances because their XG is a little bit higher than Chelsea. So when you really study the overall stats and everything, draw was probably the fairest result. The Chelsea fans don't ball too much. Brentford earned them draw. All right, now moving into Sunday. So the first game saw the champions traveling to Turf Moor to take on Burnley. Now Burnley is a very, very stingy team at home. At least they were in the championship. I think they set a record last year. They conceded 16 goals all season. So it was a madness that they were able to do. And the bulk of those clean sheets they would have gotten did come, or maybe they conceded like 29 goals, something mad. It's a mad stat out of 46 games. But anyway, this one right here ended 1-0, as you can see. Mohamed Salah in the 95th minute after what can I call it now? I don't even know what to call it. But this brother hands the ball, Mejbri. Don't, not even I'll tell you where not to forward, Anyway, people, this game was another game where Liverpool, they had a lot of the ball, they had a lot of the territory as well, but I still feel like they're not like a game like today, they had three big chances, but I feel like their play and how much they had on the ball, they probably would feel like they didn't do enough at times with the football. Um, and I don't know, man. I'm trying to put my finger on what's causing it, but they're not creating as many chances for me as when they're really and truly going at full pelt. Um, you see the lineups that started. Ugochukwu did start, but he ended up getting two yellows, and he was out of the game. I think about the 83rd, 84th minute or so. Um, and that they went with the back five. Anthony was lively, but couldn't really get enough done. Um, but Scott Parker had a good game plan. They carried it out until this. I don't even know. I don't even want to call his name again. Um, yeah, he put his hand up like he must. When you're in a class, I want to answer the question. I see him, so the man put up his hand, but it was like halfway through the put up. So the elbow was still out. The hand wasn't straight yet. Brother, I don't know what possessed the man to jump and do that action, bro. Don't make no sense. Chelsea players look like they will drop with injuries. They are playing at close to max capacity, and the busy period starts now. They're gonna lose key players, I think. Well, I think that's why Maresca did the triple sub at halftime. I try to figure out ways to conserve energies. But something that I have to talk about in this game right here. So Kirkhead's people, the man go down and trying to draw a foul, and he got a yellow card for diving. And I mean, not even, I don't know, 3, 4 minutes pass, and he got somebody to come and hold on there. There's something. Oh, hold on. Oh yeah, Chelsea players. Which one is worse? Nunes versus Brighton or Hannibal today? Ooh, recency bias. Hannibal today. That red card was soft, and Idris elbow needs to be investigated. Idris elbow. It's a good one. Um, no, I mean he's got to be a little bit smarter there. I mean, I know every foul is not a yellow when you're on a yellow, but I thought he had made a few other fouls that the ref never really, give a second yellow for. So yeah, I wasn't really so, I could understand the second yellow why it was given, but I know we never want to see Liverpool win. So, but yeah, this was the stats in the game, people. Mad. 81%, 27 shots to 3. So yeah, I mean, did Liverpool deserve to win? Yes. But brother, when you win when you lose like that, from that type of handball, they didn't even get a shot on target in the game. Brother, the entry is supposed to be stupid. 85, 39, 56 touches in. Opponent back to 2. Wow, that's crazy. With a big chance. Missed 2. So Burnley, you get burned. Verts, when you going to show up, my friend? I had once a Vert, still Verts. 4 key pass, that's not bad. No dribbles. All right, so let's see. Slap hook Kirk is before halftime. That's what I like about this manager. He's ruthless. Yeah, bro. When the man made that sub, I was like, bro, this man is serious. Literally, the man never give you any chance. As a matter of fact, when he got the yellow card, yeah, so him give him a next 15, but you know, he could sense the crowd on his back and like him know that any little thing the crowd went up and him just say, you know what, before we even get in a situation like that, we just take off this player. Now I know that the other team don't have the same squad, but Ogochoku was lucky to not have VAR look at this challenge. And the man survived all the way to the 84th minute. When he made subs, he took off Colin, who was actually having a good game. Maybe it was something already predetermined, I guess. I don't know. But he came off, and Ugochukwu stayed on his yellow. And then later, yeah, he had to go. So, proactive management. And he had some hard words for Kirkis as well, you know. Skull, bless up, you know, Skull. What go on, brother? Big up, big up, big up. Hope all is well. Opposite to Arsenal, Liverpool signings haven't started well. And I'm still on 12 points, you know. Winners win always. Yeah. It was kind of inevitable today, brother. At some point, they was going to score. Yeah, man. Bless up, Skull. But yeah, Liverpool today, as you can see, so far score man of the match was Van Dijk. So that to show you, say, you know, the attack wasn't really up to scratch. Salah, another game where he scored, but maybe wasn't the biggest influence on proceedings, you know. But Van Dijk again, just winning everything. 8 out of 8, 2 out of 3, 90% passing accuracy, one key pass. So yeah, Van Dijk doing his thing. I thought Soboslai at right back was okay, but when he moved into midfield was really good. You see the subs now, Robertson straight swap. Conor Bradley, I thought played well at right back in the second half for the most part. Case I couldn't provide the spark like in recent sub appearances. Thought Frimpong provided something when he came on. Rio wasn't bad either, but 1-0 was all that was needed, but it came very, very, very late. So them say slot time is what it is now. I think every goal them score, well, the last 3 games since the Bournemouth game have been 83rd minute or later, and they've all been 1-0 victories. So 1-0 to the Arsenal used to be the song. Maybe it's 1-0 to the Liverpool this season. And now, last but not least, people, the Manchester Derby. The Manchester Derby. Now, the first thing, always a storyline with Pep Guardiola. Who the hell play? So Donnarumma gets the starting goal, Trafford on the bench. Guardiola is fit enough to start, so he partners Diaz. Then you had O'Reilly making his first start at left back this season, Kusanov at right back. So some City fans will probably look upon that and say why certain things are going, you know. But that's how they started. Rodri at the base of the midfield. Then this game he went for Doku and Silva with Reinders and Foden playing a little more central ahead of Rodri and then Haaland up front. Then Manchester United, we can close my eyes. Then play a 3-4-3, right? Yeah, it's a 3-4-3. The late Shaw and Euro in the back line. Another storyline, Bayern there started. New signing Lamens on the bench. Ugarte and Bruno Fernandes. Stinks. Left wing back Dorgu, right wing back Mazraoui. Then you had Mbuma and Diallo in the 10s. And Sesko played up front, looking like Tesco. Yeah, Man United, you know, look, some will say, yeah, Man United could have had chances and had some decent chances to score and blah, blah, blah. But Man United huffed and puffed when the game is done. Like, I'll say when the second half started, that was probably the best they did while the game was kind of still in the balance, you know. But once they found that first Haaland goal in the second half, Doku with a brilliant slide rule pass after getting the assist for Foden. Before that, um, yeah, it was kind of smooth sailing. No, very, very interestingly though, Manchester United were able to get 55% possession to 45. That's crazy. They did create two big chances, four though for Man City. Um, Shots on target 6-2. Okay, better for City there. Touches in the opponent box. Man United had three more touches. Man United obviously missing the two big chances. But Man U had 25 more entries than Man City. So, look, I think the system, what was surprising was a few times, well, Man U were able to pressure City into a turnover, or kicking it out for a throw, or going long. So it looks like the press under Amorim is getting better, but I feel like in possession they still struggle a bit. Like I said, they had a lot of the ball in the game, but you know, it looks pretty even and even lopsided the other way for expected goals, big chances. So they need to do better with the ball, I think. Right now, it's kind of a guess and spell thing. Where I see them getting the most joy is typically whenever they can get an overload wide with the wing back and the number 10 on that side. Um, but I think they did miss Cunha today. I thought Mbuma and Diallo, Mbuma especially, it just wasn't really coming out for him. But I don't really think they had a sub that made sense unless he was going to play like a main higher in one of those roles. Um, but Man United got 3-0 from the citizens today. Can't really say much about that loss. That was a pretty much well deserved. I thought at times in the first half, City was playing some wicked football. Even the first goal, Doku just left. What my boy the name Luke Shaw, but dead. Um, and it was crossed into Foden for the header. So yeah. And then after that, again, brilliant goal by City. I think O'Reilly was on the flank. Salaman Foden with some nice touch. Play it into Doku. Doku slide the ball through to Haaland and then chipped over the keeper easily. And then the last goal was just a giveaway by United. And Silva, IQ always on 1,000 in football. Played the pass before Haaland went past the half line. Haaland ran in 1v1 and there was only one outcome. So 3-0 to Manchester City. And they were able to slash their hometown rivals, if you can call them rivals right now. Ref or VAR assist us. LOL. Every now and again, bro. Waiting late to close out matches. 99% confident that ref or VAR would assist them. Okay. That's why I wonder why. Why would they bring up the VAR? Eh? I don't know, we can't believe man them not draw or lose. Brother. But yo, if you really harken your mind back, Mr. Batter will tell you the truth. There were a lot of games last season like that where they were down, 78th minute, 75th minute or something, and then them just finding goals, to either draw or most times win. It is not time slot time, it's time slot. Better play on words. Man, they move like champions already. Well, they are. City should have won at least 5-0, maybe even 6. Yeah, man, they could have got way more goals. That is true, too. He's going to smash the goal scoring records, man. City may or may not win trophies, but that Haaland brother is moving like he means business. Yeah, he looked sharp today in front of goal. I think the international break helped him out. Just get away, score 5 goals, come forward now, full of confidence. Amorim out. Yeah, man, I know him. Amorim out. Yeah, man, I know him. That's like what you say in front of the stadium with your picket sign. I was happy with the back line. Maybe Haaland's best game overall since joining City. Wow, that's big praise. Yeah, him did have some. Him never mess up none of the slick pass move them. Like when the ball reach him, just boom, 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 knock it. Arsenal dodged a serious bullet with Sesko. Awful footballer. Damn. Yeah, that was Arteta boy, no? Alright, so everybody say. Bless up, bless up, bless up, Francis. What go on, bro? Yeah, man, make them know if you like up the life. You see how the poll are going. I'm gonna go back over. Where poll there? Where poll there? Arsenal gonna lead. Jeez. Yeah, man, so it go sometime, Francis. Yeah, man, so it go sometime. I know them thing they go. I know that, but believe me. So yeah, Man City at times, Doku unplayable, left Luke Shaw to mash up himself. Haaland sharp in front of goal. Rodri look like him getting back to some level of normalcy. You know, Reinders let me down today with the finishing, but he was still solid in the midfield. Silva put in a shift as usual. I think Kusanov, this you say it was Haaland's best game. I think it was Kusanov's best game. He wasn't bad. He give away one full free kick outside the box, but Bruno never do anything with it. What I say is a maybe them look at the teams defeated and them say Forest a bigger side for Man U, you know. That's why City not get so much ratings for the three. uh, I had one. If you start a channel, I will forward. I'm gonna bring a whole heap of people over there too. Alright, so this game right here, like I said, the attack momentum is United have them times, but City was on cruise control, just seeing out the game barely. But I know him. So I never did that before. Channel star, couldn't believe that. So yeah, Man City looking good again. Donnarumma, sharp in him debut. Handle everything will come in the box. Never really make any blunders with his feet. You know, not known as the greatest with his feet. I think as a part, it's crazy how Donnarumma is there now. When Pep did first reach him, get rid of Joe Hart and couldn't use him feet that well. And Donnarumma is coming from a manager who thought he couldn't use his feet well enough, and that's Enrique at PSG. So times have changed. Pep say, "Oh, I want a damn keeper we can punch out the ball, catch the ball, and save the ball." And tell him to just pass it to the defenders and go from there. Because Pep make a complete U-turn because nobody would have gotten somebody like Donnarumma if you're getting somebody for their feet, you know? But him no business with that right now. Kusanov versus Vinny Jr. Ooh. Hopefully him don't start that day there. Even though Kusanov fast, you know? One of the highest top speed gunners y'all know good and well City showing the brightest this week. Caveat being all season, so now. Kusanov plays on the edge, he gives away a lot of fouls. Yeah, that is true. I thought this was a better game because him never give away that many, but him still gave away like two. I would like to tell me how much of the performance of Man U so far on players and how much is on management. Well, look, when you really analyze how them play, right? All right, may I show you a perfect thing that can give you an idea. Look at the starting positions of Manchester United or the average positions of Man U players. Right, so now I have a back three. So this is your back three. You're on Delict and Shaw. Then you have your midfield. Right, these two basically. Now Sesko is what? Oh, yeah, can we come over this side? Yeah, so look at that. 3 players really central in the middle third on average. And Sesko typically not gonna be so close to them. So it's really 2. Right? And to me, you have to put a lot of Manu's problems on the style of the manager, because I still don't think they really have all the pieces that would play his system ideal, play his system ideally. If they had much better options for where Uarte and Bruno is, then I think maybe something could cook even with this formation. But I think the deficiency in that area is going to prove too much if you're going to stay with this formation. I think people, when it looks a little better in the midfield area, is, I would say that's a personal thing, because to me, you're playing suicide with someone like Diallo or someone like Mbuma in those roles, because neither one of them really going to drop and help out Uarte and Fernandez. That's why when Mount played there, it's fine. That's why I don't know why, like even in a game like today, Cunha is out. Start one of, or if you're going to start Ahmad at right wing back, right? Then you can, if you do that, you can push Bruno up to where Ahmad is. Him can be the extra person in the midfield. And you start Uarte and you start Casemiro. Simple. You start 2 of them. And you tell Bruno to play very narrow. And I'll drop into like a triangle shape when you're off the ball. Get into like a cam position and connect with the 2 DM them to make a nice little shield for that middle third. So City can just run through it. But yeah, they should have done that. They should have done that. They had to tweak the midfield today. It couldn't have been Bruno pairing somebody else, unless that somebody else is like, somebody just world class in that position. Okay, I just tell you. Pepper Madman can't be studied. Yeah, he's his own person. Great debut for the Italian. Yes, agreed that he was very assured and just did everything fine. Just and calm. Chile is back, guys. His hiding is over. SS Color, they tried fight him last week and the week before, eh? Chile did busy. I don't think he can play his system well. System is shit. If he starts versus Madrid, then he will be quiet. Oh, that's what you're saying. Okay, cool. He's fast, man. Can't be playing Luke Shaw in 2025. Yeah, that's tough. And like at this point, he's like a nailed on starter too. Jeez. Bro, you talk about Champion League match them. Oh, you mean? Have to. Big up Jason and the community. Hit the likes and subscribe, people, if you haven't already. Yeah, man. Yeah, man, Chile. We know. We know it is busy. A joke, Chile. We know, say, if you have time, you're there upon your teeth, bro. I just red skull and myself a banter. You know the thing set. Yeah, look, it's Duke. It could be a case like look at Frank with Tottenham. Obviously, Tottenham did make some reinforcements as well, so you can't just say Frank with Tottenham. But even pre-season, before them get everybody, you watch them play, and it looked different. It looks different, more structure, more structure. Eros in the building. Oh, go on, big up yourself. Maybach music. Hey, big up every time. Yeah, man. Red Skull are dead with laugh. All right, so look. Stats for the game, people, because if you're a Man U fan, you should just look away. Expected goals, a full one more. Had 2 big chance. Sesko. Yeah, that was the volley. I'm modified. And Boomer. I don't know how he missed that in front of the goal. Then Casemiro missed one right in front of the goal as well. Those were crazy. That was like the same sequence, right? So I don't know how one of them never scored. But Man City looking like, now that them goalkeeper situation sorted, they had a few players out, didn't matter much. Squad depth is there. But I still feel like the back line shaky, a little bit shaky. So let's see how they hold up throughout the season. But Man City, 3-0, after back of 2 defeats, they were able to get back on the winning ways. 3-0, Haaland brace. And that is it for the match week in terms of all the games. So, people, let's see. Okay, we got the 30 likes. Respect, manners, and respect. Which team are going to beat Liverpool? Well, it was supposed to be us, Skull, but we are idiot. Gotta go bench Eze and don't start certain people, other people to attack them. Bless up Javari. Hope all is well, Yeah, man, big up yourself. The mighty Arsenal next week at the Emirates. Should be a nice preview show, Chile. Yeah, Red Skull can war, as usual. Greenwood, Marseille versus Madrid Tuesday. Yes, sir. Yeah, man, we're going to talk about the Champions League game then. Not predict or anything. Let's talk about them real quick. But before we do that, people, you don't know, I've talked about all the games. So before we bring up the table for the Prem, first, just remind you guys, smash the like button. But let me get on the screen now so let's get on the screen now the table for week 4. We do have a winner for the week. So the winner of week 4, Jason Gooner TV prediction table is, drum roll please, Biggs G. Congratulations, Biggs G. 7-3 record, predicted 2 games, totally correct. Bournemouth, Brighton, and the 1-0 victory to Fulham as well. So 7-3. Mas, you are close, my brother. In second place, 7-3, 1 correct score. Mas was able to tell us the same exact game, 1-0 Fulham over Leeds, but couldn't find a second one. Jason Gooner TV not disgracing himself this week, 6-4 as well as Game Birds and Gunner for Life. New player this week, did well. We both had 1 game correct, and that game for me and Gunner was the 3-0 to Arsenal. For Game Birds, that game was the 2-1 Bournemouth over Brighton. So that is the better end of the spectrum as far as the predictions for the week are concerned. Now, yeah, man, Biggs G. Biggs G is a consistent picker. Normally up in the top, So, yeah, if you don't want to know who for gamble on, just link Biggs G. Next up, Runaway, he's going to claim like hot chili that he was busy. But we know these man's strategies, We know these man's strategies at this point and can't trick with. All right, so now the part of me know people want to see the most, even more so than the damn winner, is the donkey of the week, people. So let me show you guys who the donkey of the week is. So the donkey of the week for week 4 is none other than a longtime friend of the show. It pains me to see them in this position, but it is our longtime supporter, one and only Float Management. Not even a terrible record when he preed. Only four games he did predict the outcome correctly. Not the outcome, but the score, not scoreline, but the result, right? The scoreline didn't have any correct, and that is why he was the donkey of the week. A couple other people were 4 and 6 as well, but those people did have one correct score, so that really broke the tie. And so, float management, sad to say, my brother, you are hee-hawing, eating grass for the week 4, people. So, week 4 prediction revealed. Winners once again. Biggs G took home the title this week. MS Mass Sports World, well done. Well done to me, Game Birds, Gunners for Life. And also, Donkey of the Week for week 4, Jason Gooner TV, Float Management. It pains me to say it, my brother, but there's always next week. You won't have to stay there forever. All right? So, anybody who never took part last week, each and everyone who did, we greatly appreciate the support and the engagement. And we're going to keep this thing going all throughout the Premier League season. Now, we have gotten to the stage of the show where we want to just take a look at the Premier League table as it stands. Then we will take a look at upcoming. Before we do that, before we move on to the Champions League, after I look at the table, I will then look at the FPL for the week. Then we'll give the EPL a break, and we will look at the fixtures for the Champions League, upcoming, highlight some of the main ones, right? All right, so let's get on the screen now the table for the season. Wolves yet to get a point, so that's 4 losses on the bounce. They do face Leeds next week. That looks like a must get a result game. Must win would be nice. Aston Villa, 2 points from 4. Who would have predicted that? 2 draws, 2 losses. Draw again this time to Everton. But they do have another promoted side, one that's doing really well though. Sunderland up next. West Ham, 3 points from 4 games, only that one 3-0 victory over Nottingham Forest. Sorry, how they got their 3 points this season, but 3 losses around that 1 win. Same goes for Burnley, just different timing on theirs. They won in the second week. Last week's 1, 3, and 4 now. So they're on 3 points just outside the relegation zone due to goal difference. And we have Leeds in 16th on 4 points. Nottingham Forest, Man U in 14th. They did ask Nottingham Forest to trade, but the league would not allow it, so they have to get to 14th this week. Brighton also with 4 points, and Brentford. So all those teams on 4 points and separated by a goal difference right now. Newcastle and Fulham both on 5 points. Newcastle with a slightly better goal difference there. Crystal Palace and City both on 6 points. Crystal Palace though unbeaten still at 3 draws and 1 win, whereas City got the 6 points, 2 wins and 2 losses already on the early season. Sunderland, 7th position, running well, 7 points for them. Everton the same. Goal difference looks to be the same, but it looks like alphabetically Everton is above them. Chelsea, only side in the league with 8 points, also unbeaten, 2 wins and 2 draws for them. And then they have Bournemouth with 9, Spurs with 9, Arsenal with 9, and obviously 4 from 4, 4 wins. Liverpool, 12 points. They have Merseyside Derby. Arsenal have Manchester City coming up. But Spurs have to start looking at them as well. Brighton for them, and Newcastle facing Bournemouth. So that's the table, people, for the EPL as it stands after 4 game weeks. Now let's take a look at the fantasy. So in fantasy this week, I was able to get 76 game week points. Let's take a look at the actual team, how we started it this week. We're looking really good before today. Kind of came closer to the average after all the points added up, but I did have a -4 because I did 2. I had to get out Giu, and I didn't want Mario facing Arsenal, which turned out to be a good choice. And I brought in Gay, who got me the clean sheet. But this was my team for the week. Sanchez, Senesi, Gay, Pedro Porro, Palmer. I was one of the few to keep him around and start him. He came on and scored. Could have had more as well. Salah captained in hindsight. Didn't love that decision, but he got the goal in the end, which helped. And he got 18 if you captained him. Reinders, 2 sitters and him dash them, bun me. Semenyo in the team of the week. You want to have as many of these players in your team as possible, but just the one for me this week. And the forward line did their thing. Evan Nielsen, the professional foul drawer. João Pedro getting his assist. And Gyökeres getting his goal at the Emirates. So this is what we're looking like now in the leagues that we're in. Looks like I dropped in everything with a 76-point week. And I dropped in the Fearless League. My gosh. So this one, tied for 18th spot with 260 points. Lead at 282. So nothing too crazy to pass, but see me know anybody else up here. So I know none of them people there, brother. Then probably I wonder and I say, who named Jason Gooner? No worry, we'll get to know me soon. So let's see. Sports DTM. How am I reaching a second place? Yes or no? I think a T-Got League. This Fambo Jenna gone 260 as well, but he can get 2 more than me this week. Van de Ven and Gabriel Chano. So this brother Fambo Jenna passed me. Can't believe. Invitational Classic League. Oh. A theme league them this. Alright, so then a second there. And then everything else I'm in first. Alright, I'm back in first in mine. That is good. Pass back my cousin. Some distance spanking, a little bit. Drew Ross are going though. Big up yourself, Drew Ross. 61. Not bad, Drew, not bad. Grace will go on good, 79 and 80. People that struggle. Let's see. Issa, Demo. T-Got get 78 away, I say. T-Got go on this week, man. Citizen G. By Duke. Banana Chips FC. Big side. I lead Mass League too. Big up yourself, Mass. Channel Star, why am I do them thing here? All I made have to do, alright. So people, I'm doing decent enough. This league, I want to get a top 10 because the league have about 600 odd people. And I want a week now in the major something where I go up again. So I need a 100 week, one of them week, yeah. Next week could be the week, people, because we have some things in reserve. We have a wild card, we have a Wait, name them. I have a wild card. I have a free hit still. I still have a triple captain. A load. So yeah. Now one thing I like for doing, I see how them cheat code they get them points, So look on this. This is the highest for the whole entire week in the world. Look like a brother from over Africa. Not sure which country that is exactly. Is that Ethiopia? Unless the graphic is that's probably Ethiopia, I think, because it look close enough. Yeah, man, I must them. So big up to Hope Abdul Salam Mohammed played a bench boost. Start Romero and Van de Ven, 1 score, 1 assist. Raya Gabriel, Zubi Mendy. Yo, that's the trio the man go for? What? Captain Haaland, have Salah, Pedro, Enzo, and Caicedo. Ryan does imagine if him did score. Spence, Muniz, and Pope. What a good week there. What a good week there by the Ethiopian one. Big up to you. I mean, I know how you didn't know says women they got that. Cheat code. Alright, make way. Draft team them. I really go out with none. But two, I'm not play them league there. I'm in second in one league. Are you gonna skip over all the first places, man? Damn. How many people in which league? Show your team. I mean, I know the people them want to see them ugly something there, but me show them. Oh, there another one, yeah. The over T-God place. I guess the over T-God place. I know you're there in King of Jamaica, I believe. Alright, well, I know you're there in mine. JGTV. Alright, see him there. Alright, Issa say, him want the people them see him side. So I'm gonna show the people them were there and whoever watch this back. How the side look. So this is Issa. Man, triple captain this week and give Salah. Okay. And them team. I guess we figure them up play Man U, so maybe it's a little tougher. But boy, at 39 they were sweet. Yes, and that's the benefit. When you have them two man in the one team, you'll find some bargain piece, but it's supposed to guarantee whoever points most weeks. I check Cole up on your side, I never use him, but you're never sure. Yeah, to me, but then again, if you never score and come on, you get a 1 point, which not good. So it's a tough one still. Can't do wrong smarty way, you know? But you move up, man. Be moving up this week, man. 74. Not bad. Yo, this time I get 84. Wild card week. Alright. Before I run out of time, let me run to let me run to the Champions League fixtures for this week. Just to see what I go on. Arsenal game is Tuesday start. I don't know. Wish we could have get a Wednesday game this week, and I'm gonna do it. But this right here is the fixtures. What am I doing with my life? Here we go. All right, so this is the fixtures for this week, round 1. So we have Athletic Club and Arsenal early kickoff Tuesday over in Spain. PSV, Union, Benfica, Karabakh, Juve, Dortmund should be a good one. Real Madrid and Marseille, probably the pick of the Tuesday games right there. That will be 3 o'clock. Should be a good one. Tottenham hosting Villarreal as well on the same day. Then we're moving to Wednesday now. Olympiacos. Oh, that's right. So it's actually split up, I think. So wait. 18 game this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, so it is 18. All right. So then we have, where's Wednesday? All right. So we have Olympiacos, Pafos, Slavia Prague, Bodo Glimt, Ajax, Inter, starting the 3 o'clock games there. Bayern, Chelsea. That should be a really good one from Bavaria. Liverpool, Atletico Madrid should be good as well. PSG, Atalanta. And I guess in this, so there will be Champions League games on Thursday as well of this week. Wow. Newcastle Barca will be on 3 on Thursday. So I might do that one, Yeah, that would be a nice one to do right there. Man City, Napoli should be good as well, but just for some reason, the St. James Park hosting Barca, probably more intriguing. Wednesday, if I do a game Wednesday, probably would be Bayern Chelsea. Curious to see how that one play out, because Bayern, free-flowing, scoring team, taking on Chelsea, that would have mad. But yeah, that's the Champions League fixtures this week. Obviously, you want to see a side get off to a good start. So last year, the benefit of, not having to play that first round, just 2 less games to play, definitely helps at that time in the season. So goal for me as an Arsenal fan, Arsenal the club, should be first and foremost, try to finish in that top 8 so you avoid playing that initial round in the knockout phase. But yeah, that's it for round 1 of the Champions League. I'll be doing some content at some point this week, so there's no need to worry so much about talking about these games. Definitely, we'll be doing some shows this week. Obviously, reggae boys, reggae girls back in action as well. So on the channel, if you're a fan of the Jamaica teams, senior, women, men, junior teams, definitely look out for what we like to call a squad watch or player watch around the world, different leagues, different players scoring goals, assisting, playing minutes, recovering from injuries. We just try to keep fans aware of what's going on. So look out for one of those this week for sure. And also, maybe we'll get a live watch along at some point as well in the Champions League. Just not sure which game yet. Obviously, the family life and everything. We kind of have to plan out with days as they come. So, doesn't really, not the most conducive to setting up timing of a damn YouTube platform, but you have to make what you can work. Also, people, tonight, one of the reasons why I'm on a little bit earlier, tomorrow is my birthday. So, had a little early dinner with the family, got on to the show, and then tomorrow now, I'm working on my birthday, so it go, and the kids have school and everything, so kind of gonna put off the going out festivities to Friday. So I'm gonna be honest, people, if for any reason on Friday there's no preview show. I will make sure to put in the community tab from early so that people not surprised that we're not running out to the show, and you guys can just respond with comments in the community tab with all your weekly predictions, and we'll still have the regular programming Sunday night in terms of the review show. All right, but I'm not gonna say for sure that the show not going to happen that night, but trust me, um, if the night go how it's supposed to go, I won't be up for doing any video forward from dinner. So yeah, just a warning. Only way you get a preview show more than likely is if I was to do it on Thursday night, but let's see. But yeah, tomorrow is my birthday, people. 21 years old again. Can't believe how this keeps happening every year, but yeah, we still give thanks every time we turn 21, you know? Um and yeah, no, tomorrow is the birthday, so not promising any videos tomorrow. Probably gonna take it easy, reflection. Like I said, I have to work and everything, but around that, probably gonna have a nice chill day. But it depends though, you never know. Sometimes our vibes reach you and you turn on the camera and start a show. But as of right now, I don't think you'll see me tomorrow for my birthday. So yeah, man, you can bless me up from now and know say, yeah, man, 21 again, my bro. Always. Eras are dead with love. Yeah, man, I go full joy it, man. Checking in. What go on, Richie? Hope all is well. So I don't know. All right, so I end the poll, people, and then I had one say two bias, you know. Thanks, I had one for the birthday wishes. Thanks everyone, Mr. Battered, Eras. Next up, respect as well. All right, Mr. Battered drop him scoreline them. Okay. All right, let's see. Mr. Battered think about the score them in the Champions League. So 3-0 to Arsenal, 2-1 Tottenham over Villarreal, 2-1 Liverpool over Atletico, maybe even 2-all. Okay. Man City 3-0 over Liverpool, and Barcelona giving Newcastle 3-1. All right. Yeah, Barcelona went crazy in the second half. Trust me. Forever 21. Can't change. Yeah, man. Respect, Richie. Respect, Richie. We give thanks for more life, you know? Definitely more blessings. Definitely more blessings. As a matter of fact, for all who never see this, I never put it in my community tab. But a whole heap of the people that know me would have seen it because I never did I try to hide it, you know? It was definitely worthy of being shared. Oh, I can't find it. It exists, people. Trust me. All right, see it, yeah. All right, people, watch this. Look on this, people. It's my birthday tomorrow, you know, but it was this little girl's birthday 9 days ago. And I shouldn't say little girl anymore because she's really a young lady at this point. If this don't make you feel good in your heart, you need to get your heart checked. All right. Introducing my older daughter, Gabrielle Hall.
This morning, it can be challenging juggling school with extracurriculars and still maintaining a 4.0 GPA. Not the case for one student, though, at Rainey McCullers School of the Arts here in Columbus.
She's excelling academically and creatively. I had the chance to meet this wonder kid. 8th grader Gabrielle Hall, known as Gabby, has walked the halls at Rainey McCullers School of the Arts in Columbus for 3 years now. And during this time, she has made a mark at the school, excelling academically with a 4.0 GPA and being part of the National Junior Honor Society.
I really love how I can be myself here. I have a full creative space to express myself.
And that creative space has led her to theater. She played Junie B last year in the school's production of Junie B's Essential Survival Guide to School, plus several productions at the Springer Opera House in Uptown.
Theater, I think it has only enhanced my academic performance.
High school theater teacher Hannah Reed taught Gabby at the Springer over the summer.
Something that I noticed about her that really made her shine was her ability to give extremely constructive feedback and support her peers in her ensemble.
Gabby has found her stride juggling school, shows, rehearsals, chorus, and dance. A big feat for a 14-year-old.
I'm very honored. Firstly, I feel like everything that I've done has led up to this moment.
As WTVM News Leader 9's Wonder Kid, congratulations to Gabby Hall. Gabby told me she thought she wanted to pursue theater and acting after high school, but she has now decided to be an entertainment lawyer.
All right.
And represent celebrities. That way she's still in the industry that she loves, and she wants to go to Harvard.
Yeah. Good for her.
Good for her.
Great
Oh
work,
my
Cheryl.
gosh, she was fantastic.
We need somebody to read those contracts for us too. Yeah.
Yo, people, every time I watch that ball, people, every time I watch that, I cry. Every single time. It never fails, you know? It never fails. It never fails. But people, trust me, if you don't wonder, like, you know, I don't know, if you don't ever wonder why me do anything when me do, just know it's for the family. It's for the family, it's for the family, it's for them girls, it's for my wife, obviously, by extension for myself. And trust me, if you set up yourself properly and you put your kids in like a good situation to flourish, trust me, what you get back in return is so great. Just what I feel just seeing that video, just knowing, say, you know, that was nothing that I had anything to do with. That's just her peers or the teachers, you know, voting for her to do something, and based on what she has been able to achieve in her life and what you could tangibly show, she was worthy of getting a segment on the news and everything like that. So trust me, people, it just make me feel wonderful in myself, and just know, say, yeah, my wife, the family, the extended family, everybody doing a great job with the kids. Cause, you know, no disrespect to Julie as well, my other daughter, who you'll probably hear me talk about her a little more because this is a football channel and everything. But trust me, Gabby, incredible little kid. As you, I keep saying little kid, but young lady, as you all see or saw in that clip right there. But people, that was what I wanted to leave you guys with, that little nugget of myself and a piece of my heart. Because, you know, like any father would, the world needs to know about that achievement, right? So people, big up on yourself. Put some little perspective to the football show. It's bigger than football sometimes, people. Family is the most important thing. And I intend to make sure to keep this family unit strong and keep having success stories like the one I just showed you. So stay tuned with the family, because those videos, maybe not the same exact type of thing, but trust me, there'll be more to hear about from the family. Trust me on that, people. But anyway, people, big up on yourself, you know. Thanks so much again. All the people who wish me happy birthday. Don't know tomorrow is the actual day, but thanks so much again. The Lord has blessed me with another year of life, another year to learn. So yeah, very thankful for all the blessings, and thankful that you know, I have another community and another family that I can call brothers and sisters with the Jason Gooner TV community. All right, so big up to you lot. Thanks again so much for the support, as I said before. All the members, all the subscribers, all the people who like the videos, all the people who share the videos, people who drop super chats. After big up BBK for gifting 5 more memberships to the channel. We greatly appreciate that. Every little support always helps. And you don't know, people, the more support I get is the more content I can create. So if you guys like hearing the content, keep on supporting the channel. I will keep on making videos. All right, people, big up yourselves. Thanks again for the support, as I said, and happy birthday to me. But But Gunners, you did right by me on my birthday weekend, Gunners. You did right by me. Now keep it going during the week, Gunners. Yeah, man, I'm greedy. More and more. I want a win, and then I want a next win. But big up until the next stream, people, and be safe out there in these streets. Yeah, man, the times are weird and mad and crazy, but you don't know. Keep your sanity, keep your head. And as I said before, keep your family first. And don't forget God above everything. Big up yourself. Come on, you Gooners. Until next time, I'm Jason Gooner. This is Jason Gooner TV.